San Francisco District Attorney George Gascon is pushing for change to the legal standard for the use of lethal force.
It's in response to feeling his hands are tied and not being able to charge the officers involved in a pair of deadly police shootings. 26-year-old Mario Woods was killed in the Bayview in December of 2015 after police say he refused to drop the knife he was carrying. The following April, officers shot and killed 45-year-old Luis Gongora in the Mission. Police say the homeless man was coming at them with a knife. The DA ultimately decided in both cases no laws were broken. KPIX 5 political reporter Melissa Caen explains why he is not happy with this outcome. Melissa?
That's right, Alan and Liz. San Francisco DA George Gascon had tears in his eyes as he announced today that his office would not be prosecuting the police officers that shot and killed Mario Woods and Luis Gongora Pat. He says he has to follow the law, but right now the law is wrong and it should be changed.
And I find myself very dissatisfied because while clearly under the law today no crime has occurred, that answer was very unsatisfactory for me, morally and as a human being.
The DA's office investigation released today said Mario Woods had methamphetamine in his system when police officers approached him on a street in the Bayview. Woods was holding a kitchen knife that he had just used to cut a man's arm. In an attempt to get Woods to drop the knife, officers used beanbag rounds, foam baton rounds, and pepper spray. Woods crouched down for a bit and then stood up with the knife and began walking towards civilians on the sidewalk. That's when an officer stepped in between Woods and the civilians, and when Woods kept walking, officers fired a total of 26 shots. The investigation into the Luis Gongora Pat case said that he had enough meth in his system to, quote, kill or hospitalize a non-habitual user. Officers responding to a 911 call in the Mission about a homeless man waving a large knife found Gongora, who initially dropped the knife but then picked it back up. Officers used beanbag rounds to try to get him to drop the knife again, but after being hit, he stood up with the knife, walked 23 feet towards a police officer, and that officer and another one on the scene fired 7 shots.
I think as a society we are failing some of our most vulnerable communities.
The DA says that under current law, police use of force just has to be reasonable. And he's backing a proposed state law that would change the reasonable use of force rule to necessary use of force.
But they have to start considering, how am I going to approach a situation? What are the things that I'm going to use?
KPIX law enforcement analyst Howard Jordan is the former Oakland police chief. He now trains police officers. And he has said that police already do everything they can to avoid using deadly force.
I think that the intent is commendable, but I'm not sure how how this law is going to work, considering that you have laws already on the books that prevents officers from using deadly force only in situations where it's imminent danger, and that's the last resort.
But Gascon says that something has to change.
I'm extremely disturbed by the state of the law today.
And Gascon said that he is sending the complete and unredacted files for the Woods and Gongora cases to the California Department of Justice and the Civil Rights Division of the United States Department of Justice for review. Melissa Caen, KPIX 5.